Okay, we're good. Hi, I'm Amber Culpepper.
I'm Macy Christensen.
And I'm Elizabeth Davis.
This is our Unit 2 discussion over the ISTE standards and the Horizon reports. I guess I'll go ahead and start off. One of the main things that I took away from the ISTE standards tied in with my Horizon reports was how it really focused on student responsibility for their own learning. And that's one of the things that I know that even in second grade, I try and stress to tell them, I can't do my job to teach you if you don't do your job to listen and to learn. And I liked that it kind of focused on that as well. And
it held the students accountable for their learning.
Held them accountable for it. At the same time, it's focusing on personalized learning and different things that the teachers need to add in, but it also focused on that as well.
Right.
It's important for students to understand that it's not just the teacher's duty to teach them. They have to want to learn it as well.
Right. I agree with that completely. And some of them just don't want it. And I think we're a nation of spoon feeding our children and not letting them spread their wings and fly. And it's okay not to succeed the first time. So as teachers, we have to let go of the reins sometimes and let them fail so that they can learn from their experiences and teach them the right way next time.
And I think it also, we have that instinct to want to scoot them along.
For sure.
And we don't want, like you said, we don't want to let them fly sometimes. Right. We want to coddle them. And it's hard also, I know me personally as a mother, it's hard to, watch them fail to be able to do it the second time.
Oh, for sure. I could definitely see that. It is tricky. What's the next standard? I can do mine. My digital tools. Okay, so this applies perfect with me. The research and information fluency and how the students have to apply digital tools. So my Horizon report focused on the higher education aspect of technology and some of the struggles. And some of the things I was reading about, what they were talking about, like virtual labs, could be a digital tool. And what it is for physics majors or chemistry majors, they can go in and do virtual experiments, and everything is virtual. So there's no mess, there's no cleanup, and they can do it infinite amount of times, which I thought that was really interesting. And they talked about how they're going to start removing the different encyclopedias and dictionaries out of the libraries. So everything is going to be paper-free now in the libraries. And they're going to start moving in flexible seating for workspace areas and communication areas. So that's very different than when I was in school. When I went to the library, there was books everywhere. So,
and you're reading through the encyclopedias, trying to find what you're looking for.
Yes, and the Dewey Decimal System. Not anymore. They're trying to get away from that, which is crazy to me. I thought that was interesting how the digital tools from the ISTE standards tied into that with the blended learning and the virtual labs. It was neat to see that.
To me,
yeah, I think actually we did the same Horizon report for this unit. So what is the next ISTE? Let's see. Okay, for coaches.
So these are non-existent at my school.
I didn't have any either.
Technology coaches. The emphasis on technology is spent, once a year. We send 3 teachers to a technology conference, and they come back and give us a 5-minute presentation about what they learned. Besides that, it's kind of, here's the resources. Go ahead and figure it out yourself. So that one was kind of disheartening whenever you're going over and looking at the different standards of what we should be doing, because it's not happening.
Right. We're far behind at my school as well. And for what's going on in these Horizon reports, it's not even comparable to what's going on in real life, it seems like. So it's hard to relate for sure.
It's hard for me to relate because I'm not in a teaching setting yet. So I'm not hands-on in the field. So I'm kind of having to relate to it on a what-if basis.
Yeah, I can see that. Let's see. That's professional practice.
I know that in what I was reading, what I thought was pretty neat is how they're encouraging more entrepreneurships in higher learning. And it's actually so effective that more colleges are starting to do it. And Rice University was featured in that Horizon report, which I thought was pretty neat because Rice is so close to us, which kind of makes it in real life for us to kind of relate, because even though it's not happening in our schools, at least it's happening in our area.
Right, that's true. When I was reading that too, it was showing that how like the typical traditional classroom setting is how all the students in college are in rows and the professor is standing at the podium. So they want to go away from that, which I think is interesting too, and have it more like in a circular, more that promotes more communication, and there's digital screens everywhere for the visual learning and the digital learning. And that's just very different than how I went to school, with a school of 500 kids in my reading classes, and that's just interesting how they're trying to move towards that more communication and digital setting instead of a teacher just standing there lecturing the whole time. I thought that was.
I can understand how that could be effective. I mean, my bachelor's is in fine arts, so it's completely different than what I'm learning now. And we had classes where we had 5 students in them. I mean, it was all hands-on. I went for fashion design, so everything was hands-on, and it was so much more effective that way. We learned more. We got more from it. The teachers knew us first name basis. You know, it was just the technology was there at our school because we're at the Art Institute. So they were always finding innovative ways for us to learn, for us to get the information from our teachers. And so I just thought that was interesting. It's so much different than going to school right now because I find it so much more difficult.
Yeah, I agree. So I think we did pretty good covering some of these ISTE standards. We good?
I think we're good. I think we all gave